All right. Hi, everyone. My name's Vincent Burke. I'm with UCCS Downtown, and I'd like to welcome you to our Feed Your Curiosity series. Today, we're going to be having Assistant Vice Chancellor Chris Valentine on, and he's going to be telling us a little bit about the fall semester. So here in a minute, we're going to try and find him and invite him on. All right. Hi, Chris. How's it going?
Hey, Vincent. Good to see you.
It's
Doing
good
great.
to see you, too. Well, thank you for joining us today.
Oh, happy to be here. I can honestly say I'm an old guy, so this is my first Instagram Live, so thanks for letting me be part of it.
Well, I'm glad we're going to be the inaugural attempt here. So really quickly, before we kind of get into business, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you became Assistant Vice Chancellor?
Sure. I'm proud to share that I'm a UCCS alum myself. I graduated with a master's degree in communication many years ago. We won't go into the details there. But I had the pleasure of rejoining the UCCS community about a year ago when I started my job here. My role at the time was new on campus. So I'm the first Assistant Vice Chancellor for Marketing Communications. And I really enjoyed reconnecting with the campus. There's some faculty members who, when I was a student here many years ago, are still here and still teaching. So it's fun to reconnect with those. So one of the biggest challenges I've faced, in my short tenure here is obviously, as you can imagine, the coronavirus.
Yep.
All leading the communication effort around that. So I really appreciate you allowing me to be on here to help educate our staff and our students and our community kind of what we're doing to get back to campus here this fall.
Great. Yeah. Talk about baptism by fire on that end.
Exactly.
So yeah, let's just jump into it here. From the student perspective, we've been hearing a lot about hybrid classes and about what the percentages are going to be for online classes moving towards this hybrid model. Can you tell us a little bit about what a hybrid class is going to be and what we can expect from that as far as programs are concerned?
Sure. So you asked about hybrid classes. There's actually 5 different ways that classes will be delivered this fall. So let me walk through those descriptions for you briefly. I won't try to bore you too much with it, but the most up-to-date numbers show that about 43% of our classes this fall are going to have an on-campus experience.
Okay.
So of that 43%, about 15% are going to be fully in person. So it's good news. So this number will hopefully go up a bit as we work to get some different room arrangements, that kind of thing. But these fully in-person classes, think of those as your upper-level engineering class or your nursing classes where you have to touch something to complete your class. It's not just reading and listening to lectures. So those are about 15% fully in person. The other 28% are what we call high flex classes. Other people call hybrid classes. These are those classes that kind of blend remote learning and in-person experience a little bit. So you do some work remotely, you do some time in class. The example I usually give is think of a lab class. So maybe at home you can watch the lecture and do your reading, that kind of thing. But then there's one day a week you come in and do your actual chemistry lab where you're mixing chemicals and stuff like that you have to do in person. So a little bit there. So, which is fun. A couple other examples there. So about 25% of the classes we call remote synchronous. So these are classes that meet remotely but have a scheduled time that they meet. It'll be like a Zoom meeting or a Teams, Microsoft Teams meeting. So think about classes that are group discussion classes, where you need if your class is at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, you all get together at 10 a.m. on Tuesday and you discuss something or however that class is set. So a little more interactive. So that's why the faculty want to have those synchronous.
Okay, gotcha.
About 70% of the classes are a traditional online format. So this is the format that before the pandemic, you would still meet those classes online. So just continuing those classes, they really didn't change at all due to the pandemic, just doing what they do. And the last one that a lot of folks are talking about is about 12% of the classes are remote asynchronous classes. So this is where the faculty member just puts the work up online, and at your convenience as a student, you go online and you watch the lecture, you get the work done, you submit your papers, whatever you need to do, but you're not on a set schedule. So
gotcha.
So those are the different kinds of classes there. So it's a variety, as you can see. They're pretty evenly split between the different types.
Yeah, definitely. This should provide a very good broad spectrum to be able to work with on that end. So moving on a little bit, what can we expect as far as changes for living on campus and off campus?
So everyone who's spending time on campus, whether students, faculty, staff, visitors, we're going to ask everyone to make a commitment before they step foot on campus to what we're calling protect the pride. We're the mountain lions, so we did a little play on words there with, protect the pride.
Yeah.
So there's a Protect the Pride pledge. and it's simple. It's a commitment to wear your face covering when you're in public spaces on campus, maintaining your social distance. Make sure you don't overcrowd spaces. We don't want people gathering, in front of the coffee bars or areas like that. And it's the bottom line is we want everyone to do their best to keep their friends, family, and classmates all safe. That's
right.
The line there. So.
Fantastic. Okay. So with that, when we're talking about following protocols, really quickly, I think we should touch on, for students, faculty's sake, what we can expect as far as enforcement about these protocols on campus.
Yep. So before we dive there, let me touch a little bit on things. So the most visible change that you're all going to see is the classrooms are adjusted to 6-foot spacing. So there'll be a lot of 6-foot social distancing between your desk and the student next to you and from your faculty member. Residence halls capacity is reduced a little bit, so most people will have a private room there. Just like out in the community right now, there's plexiglass everywhere. Campus, when you get back on campus, you're going to see the same plexiglass in front of all kinds of service desks and places where you interact with somebody. And then there's places like on campus, like the library and the rec center, where we'll have capacity limits. There's places in the community where you have to queue outside until somebody leaves. And the same thing, you'll see that type of thing as well. And then some of the offices, you'll see a combination of in-person and remote services. So all the staff have not just rushed back to campus, so leaders are being kind of thoughtful about who needs to be on campus and what services can be delivered remotely. So, it's about enforcement. Yeah, that's a topic that's come up a lot lately. So,
definitely.
Everyone who's a student here agrees to this, following the student code of conduct. So as soon as you sign up, you get to agree to that. But starting this semester, the code of conduct has been modified a little bit, and it now includes that protect the pride. I have trouble saying that alliteration there. Protect the Pride Pledge. So students will be held accountable, protecting themselves and others. So for those who haven't seen the Protect the Pride Pledge, it's things we're all doing. It's wearing your face mask, maintaining social distancing, and keeping in mind that your decisions don't just impact you; it impacts your family, your friends, your loved ones, anybody around you. So we're asking everyone to make smart decisions.
Fantastic. Okay. So that kind of covers a lot of the questions we had for the interview today. Are there any final words from the Chancellor's office?
Yeah. Obviously, I can't speak for the Chancellor. I talk to him almost every day, but I do know his thoughts. I like to echo some of his thoughts. And he says, we all have a part to play in maintaining the health and safety this semester. And the continued ability of our students to earn their degrees and pursue their dreams rests on our collective commitment to do our part. And the Chancellor always says, this is his mantra, and whenever you hear him speak, he talks about the 3 W's. Wear your mask, wash your hands, and watch your social distance. Okay. It's not because someone told you to. It's because we care about your safety and the safety of your friends and the whole Mountain Lion community. So that's the bottom line there.
Outstanding. Well, thank you again. We really appreciate having you on, Chris. During COVID, it's very important that we have transparency and communication on all ends to be able to get through this. So I'm sure our audience would love to hear from you again. Perhaps in the future, we can come back to this and let them know some updates.
Yep, we're always happy to keep everybody up to speed. That's what a communicator does, is try to get the information out to the right audience at the right time. So I appreciate this opportunity to talk to you and, of course, all your followers.
All right. Thanks, Chris. We'll be seeing you soon.
All right. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye.
So that was Chris Valentine, Assistant Vice Chancellor for Marketing Communications. And we're just going to kind of wrap up today's session with a brief update on how we're going to be operating for the next couple of weeks. We're going to be transitioning to a bi-weekly content plan. So you'll be hearing from us. We'll be having another session on the 6th, so in 1 week, but then it'll be 2 weeks after that before we have another one. And so if you want to reach out, if you have any ideas for what we could possibly cover, you can let us know at downtown@uccs.edu. And, just to wrap things up, we'd really appreciate it if you went and liked all of our pages on Facebook, Instagram, and wherever you see us. So we hope you all have a great evening, a great day, and we'll be seeing you next time. Bye.